Most people fail not because they couldn't, but because they didn't. That's right. They gave up before they even really got started. Everyone's journey is different. Everyone's circumstances, their situation, their needs are different. Okay? But this is why the why is important. The reason why you started this journey in the first place. This is why you need to keep this in front of you, because there will be days that you will doubt, and you need to understand and remember why you did this. Okay, so the second and the third month, can you believe it? We're in the second month. How exciting. We have gone through 1 month, and hopefully you've made your order, because this is really important. Make your order and start using your products, because you will be the testimony. You will be your testimony for these products. And testimonies, stories sell. When you have those relationships and you are sharing your opportunity or sharing your products, that is what's going to sell them. Okay? So use your products. But your second and third month, this is a time to explore the different ways of doing business. Okay? Whether it's through fundraising or vendor events or talking to people or doing online selling, this is the time for you to figure out what works for you. Okay? So we're going to dive into a couple of little things for you to think about and for you to try. All right? Okay, so one of the first things that I want you to do is, and you can do this on social media very easily, I want you to watch some of your seasoned representatives. Okay? Watch and learn from them. They have done their business for quite some time. Some of them, maybe it's been a couple years. Some of them, 10, 15 years. Some even longer, 20, 25 years or longer. They've been around the block. They have tried a few different ways. Learn from them. Don't compare. Don't fall into a comparison trap. Don't do that, because everyone comes from a different benchmark. Everyone's situation is different. Do not compare yourself to them. Okay? You are your own person. You are unique. You are you. And nobody can do you like you. Okay? So do not fall into the comparison trap. Be inspired. Watch them to be inspired. Okay? So what you need to do while you're getting inspired is you got to grow that customer base. Okay? When you're getting your first orders, again, you're going to go to your friends and your family, maybe your coworkers, but you need to start reaching out to people that are in your warm market, that's in a little bit of a cooler market, and reaching out on social media. Maybe some of the friends that you have, you start commenting on their posts to build engagement, to start that relationship back up. Don't do it with a stranger yet. Do it with people you already know, but maybe your relationship isn't as tight. But maybe now's the time to slowly start tightening up that relationship so you can slowly introduce what you do or tell your stories and share the benefits and the results that you're experiencing, because maybe you can help them with something. Oh, my voice. But be careful, okay? Be careful with social media. It is real easy to get in the trap where you're sitting there on your phone or on your computer for hours. Okay? I don't want you sitting there for hours on end, combing through social media, trying to get customers. Set a time limit. Do a timer. Maybe it's 15 minutes, just something short and sweet. Maybe comment on 3. Choose 3 people on your social media that maybe you're going to start commenting on their posts and building that rapport and that engagement, okay? Because it can get away from you pretty quickly. And when you do connect, follow up. Because you might introduce something and they may say something like, well, you know what? I'll think about it. So maybe in a week, maybe you're getting ready to put your order together. You shoot them a note and say, hey, I'm getting ready to place that order. Did you give that cleanser some thought? I mean, I can include it on this order right now and you can try it out next week. You know, share it, follow up. The fortune is in the follow up because a lot of times you're not bugging them. Okay. They need to be reminded, and that's okay. And sometimes by adding that little bit of pressure that you're getting ready to put your order in is enough for them to say, yeah, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and let me try that out. So, the fortune is in the follow up. So you need to do that. So on social media, and even in your community, start reaching out so you can grow that customer base. Okay. Some other things that you can try out are, like I said earlier, vendor events. And in this book, in the book, I do have in this chapter a vendor checklist, a vendor event planning checklist that you can go by to use. A fundraiser, perhaps your company, you can do a fundraiser. You can do an open house, especially during seasonal times, like the holidays, you can do a holiday open house. Again, talking to people, create a card with a QR code and people can scan it with their phones and go directly to your website to buy. You could do things like that. You can start a blog, create a blog. Blogs are great because it gives you some credibility, a sense of authority that you know what you're talking about, And your blog, of course, you're going to connect your company website, which is your personal website, so people can buy directly from you. But your blog, you can write articles about product reviews, new product introductions, seasonal introductions, winter skincare, or, if you have cooking products, maybe you're doing different recipes, so there's a lot of different things you could blog about. And then that email list, you will email out to your customer, to all your customers. Whether they bought from you or not, because the more they hear from you, the better. Now, I say that lightly, okay? Because I don't want you to bug people. I want you to share with people. That's what you need to do. Turn selling, because when you think selling, I always think of a salesman, like a car salesman. It's like, oh no, here they come. You don't want that. I don't want people to look at me and say, oh my God, here she comes again. She's going to try to sell us something. You don't want that. You want people to feel comfortable, whether it's through email or whether you're approaching them. You are their friend. You have a relationship with them. Sharing is caring. Okay? That's what you're doing. You're sharing. Now, every time you see them, don't try to sell them something. Don't share a story every time you see them, because you got to have a personal aspect to those relationships. But when the time calls for it, and you'll know, that opportunity will present itself for you to share a story about a product. Okay? Whether it's a seasonal product, a holiday type product, or maybe a sale's coming up. It's like, oh my God, just, that skincare stuff that you love, we got a sale coming up this Labor Day weekend. You can do that. Or, oh my God, Christmas time is coming. Your favorite skincare or your favorite cookware is on sale. So you may want to take advantage of it. So you're sharing and giving them the opportunity to purchase something at a better price or with a discount, or maybe they can do, your favorite cookies. You got this sheet, that will do great for them. You're sharing, and that's how you need to present yourself. So you're not really just like selling, you are sharing. So focus on sharing this month. This is a big deal. Think about the blog. Think about the vendor events. And in this book, I have all kinds of different ideas this month that you can go through and try out. But because this month, like I said, this is about trying new things, trying different outfits on to see what works. I wear my hat. We have t-shirts. Sometimes I wear that, or I wear a badge. Sometimes that's enough to start the conversation. And you can do that, if you're more passive. Personally, for me, I sell more online. I sell in my community. I use the Nextdoor app. So I'm on the Nextdoor app. I sell in my community. I wear my gear, and people recognize me for it. So that's what I do. That's what works for me. Plus, I do other types of stuff. So you got to figure out what works for you, but keep trying, keep moving forward with it. Okay. So that's your homework for this month. So I will see you in the next video. If this video was good for you, give it a thumbs up, because our YouTube gods just love it when you do that. And it tells them that you like me as I cough. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel. All right. Bye-bye.